our friend, Dan the Man, Dan the Batman Riskin, on our show this morning.
That's good. I've never heard that.
Riskin it all, because we're starting with a pretty contentious topic, right?
It's very contentious.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all happily married here, and we all have conversations with our spouses.
Yep.
Turns out, Dan, Jen is the better listener than you or I.
Not just her listening, but her hearing. So this is a big study across a whole bunch, different parts of the world, from the top of the Andes to rainforests to big cities, Uzbekistan, Ecuador, Peru, all these different places. Men don't hear as well as women. They're about 2 to 3 decibels difference. And so this is true in quiet places, it's true in loud cities. And that magnitude of hearing difference is on par with the kind of magnitude of age-related decrease in hearing. So if your partner is saying, Nick, why aren't you listening? You now have this beautiful excuse. Dan, the science guy, says it's not my fault.
I'm over 50 now, so hey, I'm struggling.
You're old and you're a man. It's the double whammy.
You know, and I must say anecdotally, every time I'm in a public place, airport, bus, whatever, it's usually men of an older age shouting into their cell phone like this. Or like, like it's
totally
usually the men. So
totally
maybe that has to deal with something. Okay, and this is no surprise, but I'm curious to know, okay, we all know like screen time, not good for sleep. But are we talking phone screen, TV screen, any screen?
Right, so this is device, stuff you're doing on your device. So I like to do a crossword before bed, and I often do them on my phone. And this is telling me that that's not okay. I might as well be watching TV. I might as well be on social media. Huge study in Norway looking at people in their 20s, asking them about their habits with phones, what they're doing on their phone before bed. And what they found is that for every hour you're using your phone before bed, there is an increased likelihood of insomnia of 63%.
What?
And the number of hours of sleep you're going to get, it goes down by about 24 minutes for an hour on your phone, and it does not matter what you're doing on there. So I've been telling myself that the fact that I'm not doing social media before bed makes it all okay. But this means, no, put the phone away, get a paper crossword puzzle, and do it on pencil and paper, and you'll be better off.
So even if it's reading a sort of Kindle, for example, type thing, or reading a book on
e-readers are not part of this study. That's a whole different thing. E-readers, because they don't give off light. And, you know, with the, what do they call that? E-ink?
Yeah, they've got that thing. I have my phone on dark mode, but that's still, I guess.
And I've got my phone on a low
that's
blue
a different mode.
I know it's a dark mode.
Or just because of my dark humor?
He's just looking at the dark web, so it's okay. No.
Okay, not on the work phone. All right, let's move on here. This is kind of futuristic techie stuff. Bodyoids. This is wild. This could be a thing in the future.
This is crazy. So imagine that you need an organ transplant. Right now, you know, you have to wait for someone to tragically die, or you have to wait for a donor. What if you could just grow another Nick? What if you had a cell tissue from, like a tissue sample from Nick, you grew a Nick's body, and then you could take a kidney out of that thing. And the idea is that maybe we develop this technology so that it doesn't have nerves. And so no brain, no consciousness, no pain.
Oh my gosh.
And then, you know, is it okay to do this?
Oh, that's so creepy.
Wild.
It is very, very creepy. And it brings up a whole bunch of questions. Now, the technology is not even close yet. I mean, we're now growing organoids, where we can get like some lung tissue and we can grow different kinds of cells together and see how drugs work on those. But if we keep working down that road with stem cells, we should be able to start growing entire bodies.
That's wild. So I've seen, I don't know if
where would you put them?
Right. Where would you put them? And what do you do when you're done with them? Like, do you have to bury them, or are they just garbage? And if I grow a Nick, do you have to give permission for that? Like, do you own your own?
Because if you get some of my sort of cells somehow, then theoretically.
What if someone wants your Nick?
Yeah, what if someone wants to grow a Nick? I mean, there's all kinds.
Like, it's wild.
It is, but the upsides are so huge.
No,
like, it's creepy, but like to be able to do organ transplants with your own organs, so that you don't have to take any of those immunosuppressant drugs afterwards. And let's say you have a tattoo you want removed. Well, why don't you get the forearm off the cadaver, or not the cadaver, but the bodyoid, and then put that on your arm. It's your own skin. It should grow right in.
This is very Frankenstein.
I know,
Mary
but we're
Shelley.
going there, and we need to have these conversations.
There's an AI computer somewhere just churning through all of this, figuring it out as we speak. Dan, you've blown our minds again. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Dan Riskin.
Dan.
See you back here next Monday.